Guys, the importance of a really fine-tuned trolling setup in a troller's toolbox is having the right lengths. Today, here we are in Minnesota. I've got National Walleye Tour Pro Dusty Minky with me. We're trying out the 2B Genesis rods. And Dusty knows better than anyone how important good equipment is and having the right tools when it counts. Today, luckily, we're only allowed 1 rod per person in Minnesota, but we've got a cameraman behind the camera. We're able to put 3 out. Dusty's going to explain why it's so crucial to have these different length rods and having the right setup for lead core trolling.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about these Genesis rods is they have offerings for everything when it comes to trolling. So today we have the Genesis 11'6". It gets you out far away from the boat, and then you can run the shorty. That's a 5'3". And then out here we have the 8'6". So we have the perfect spread. You want these lines to stay apart from each other. We don't want to get tangles, and you want things spread out. And you know, we're not running planer boards or anything, so having the proper spread is key in a situation like this.
So cool features and benefits about the 2B Genesis trolling rods is all the details are thought about. All the way from the ceramic guides. We've got 2 ceramic guides, not all the way down the rod, just where it matters, where that lead core is really starting to rub. And then it doesn't matter whether you're running a planer board with mono and etc. All the pressure points of where it's important on the tip top and those 2 are ceramic coated. The other cool benefits is it's an 11'6" model. It's going to be a 2-piece. You're able to break that down, store it away. So my lead core setups traditionally are 11'6" and 5'3", really important. The thing with a 5'3" trolling rod is it's hard to get by with a carbon short rod. You want to be able to play that fish and still see that action of that bait running through that rod. This is a fiberglass rod. So you're able to bow that thing, and when a big fish gets on there, you have the play to be able to handle it. A short rod like that, you don't have the play distance that you do over a carbon model of the 11'6", that you rely on that big backbone, but yet a soft tip, and that fish can play through it. There's way less real estate for that fish on this rod, so you created a softer model. So even though it's short, it's got the backbone to handle that big fish, and yet soft enough to play through it. Really, really important in the troller's toolbox is that little 5'3" paired with that 11'6". Awesome little features, all thought about the 2B Genesis trolling rods. The other model I want to talk about with 2B Genesis is the 8'6" telescoping. So we've actually got a bait out here. I'm not going to worry, but this is the telescoping model. It's going to store away really nice and yet telescope out to that. Everybody loves that 8'6" length, whether I'm pulling planer boards, whether I'm pulling lead core. This is kind of the do-all. I know Dusty Minky was just out pulling dipsy divers with this rod. So it is kind of the Swiss Army knife trolling rod. So the cool parts about the 8'6", this is a carbon model. So it's still a carbon telescoping 8'6" rod, the Swiss Army knife of the trolling rods. The other great one is we've got the 7'2" flat line. That's a full fiberglass model. So we've got 2 fiberglass models, 2 carbon models, everything the troller needs for the troller's toolbox. But this baby right here, the 8'6", one of my all-time favorites, and I think a lot of people's all-time favorites. Oh, it looks nice, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we just went over a few nice marks.
On that big long rod too, let me get the little shorty out of the way. We had to slow down for this one. This one looks like a better fish. How's it feel on that long rod, though?
It feels really nice. It's got a really nice soft tip with a great backbone. For being a 2-piece rod, it just feels awesome.